best way to save for your first home. When you first think about saving for a home, it may feel like an impossible task. In the past, you may have saved for things like a holiday or a car over a year or so. But to save for a deposit and to buy a home, it's likely to take several years, and you'll need to save thousands, if not tens of thousands of pounds. We've found that the average first-time buyer in the North East needs to save around £6,424 for a 5% deposit on their first home, compared to a first-time buyer in London who would need to save £24,000 for a 5% deposit. And that's a big first hurdle to overcome if you don't know how. The good news is, if you create a plan to save and stick to it, you will be surprised how quickly you can secure the money you need, whether you're at home or even if you're renting. How can I budget to save for a first home and still enjoy my life?
In terms of ways of saving money, sort of like out the box ideas, I honestly haven't really got any. I can't think of any that I'm doing at the moment. Maybe I should. I'm sure there's loads of easy ways that I could save money that I've not even considered.
Since deciding to buy a property, I've actually sort of done a little bit of a financial breakdown. I've been doing sort of like finance checkups and things like that. So I have been trying to save a lot more. I've
began to sort of, in terms of saving money, sort of looking at what I've actually spent, writing it down. But then it's a case of I've got to then cut back on the things that I'm actually writing down rather than just writing them down for the sake of it.
In terms of budgeting for both buying and a wedding, I've been taking a little bit of the amount that we save per month and putting a smaller amount aside for the house, and that's kind of like growing slowly. And then the majority of the big lump sums have been towards the wedding.
I can't totally give up going out because you'd be bored all the time. I might have to cut back on it, but there's times that I'm literally not going to be able to give up on. I'm also a big football fan and I can't give up going to watch live football, which is very expensive now.
I would say the thing that I can't cut out the most would be shoes, because I think I have a logical reason behind it that I need shoes to walk around every day. So I have ended up spending most of my budget on shoes.
Budgeting sounds like a miserable thing to do, as it makes you feel like you have to account for every penny you spend. No one wants to feel they need to do that. However, if you want to buy your first home, this is the first step you need to take. And rather than being a miserable job, it can actually throw up some nice surprises. For example, you may be paying for a magazine subscription you don't need anymore, or have signed up to a credit card with an annual charge, only to find out there is now a much better deal available.
So saving for the deposit for the house, first thinking about it was quite scary. So then I sort of sat down and thought, well, how much would you realistically want to save a month? How much would you want to give up? So I decided that I would put £500 a month away and see how that went. But in order to do that, I did give up a few things just by choice. Probably would have been able to keep doing it, but felt that I couldn't really justify spending money on things that I didn't really need. So they were things such as I was having my nails done and my eyelashes done and going out every weekend. And I just thought, in order to, one, save the deposit, but two, be able to obviously pay the solicitor's fees and that side of things, you're going to need quite a bit, so you might as well save more rather than less. That doesn't mean that I obviously stopped living or anything, and I was still doing things and going out, but they were just the little things that I thought for the time being you can put that to one side and just make it that you concentrate fully on getting that money together.
Knowing what money you have coming in and what you spend it on can really help you work out where you can make savings. And you may find you can stop spending money on things you won't actually miss. Birthdays are more than just presents. A good example is presents for people for birthdays or Christmas. If you have a good group of friends and you all want to save for something, you could agree to not buy presents. This doesn't mean you don't celebrate. Instead, why not go out, have a meal, and agree that everyone chips in to pay for the birthday person's meal. Alternatively, you could throw a party at someone's home for them, saving even more money. If you really want to buy presents, put a limit on what you spend, so you can get the most inventive present for under a £5 or a £10. We've all had unwanted presents. So another way to save is ask friends and relatives for financial gifts towards your deposit. Better still, to help you save regularly, stop buying things like clothes and shoes yourself. Put them on a list and ask people to buy them for birthdays and Christmas presents. That way, you're saving more and it should reduce the number of presents you don't actually want or need. Save money for your home faster while getting fit and being social. Like to keep fit? How much do you need to use your car? Do you know you can spend hundreds of pounds a month running a car? Could you use the bus, walk, or even better, take a bike instead? Walking a bit extra each day can help you lose physical pounds and save money towards your deposit at the same time. Even if you aren't bothered about getting fitter and really want to drive to work, could you car share with someone and save money? Your company may even offer a scheme you can join. Work for Peter Kay.